So today's topic is subqueries. So what is a subquery? Subquery is nothing but simply we are going to write query within a query. So that is called subquery. If you write a query within another query, then it is called subquery. So in other words, okay, so subquery is nothing but query within another query is called subquery. So for example, select star from EM. So if you see here, we are having employee data. So by looking manually, so what is the maximum salary you can find in this by looking? So it is of 14 records, you can easily check manually. So 5,000 is the maximum salary. But if there are millions of records, it is not possible to identify easily the maximum value in that column, is it? So simply, in order to get the maximum value, what you will do? You will use max of group function, max of salary from EM, is it? So now if I want to know which employee is getting maximum salary, I want the details of that employee. Okay, I want to know which employee is having maximum salary. I want that employee details. So we have employee details in this step. Okay, and we know the maximum salary from the table by this query, is it? Yes. So simply manually, if you know the value, how you can write? Select star from EMP where salary equal to 5,000. Because you have manually known that from this query, is it? That maximum salary is 5,000. But I want to know the value because sometimes the next month the salary may differ. Some people may get hike and there may be another salary. We don't know the max salary. So in runtime, the max salary may change. So that's why in order to get the perfect record, like I want the maximum salary of a employee. Okay, I am writing this query, but I want to find out the employee details of person who is getting maximum salary, but which I don't know that salary. So then you are going to write a subquery saying that. So you can also write equal select. So here, so if you want to write a subquery, we need to keep that subquery in what? Open and close braces. So now close brackets. So now what is the max salary query? You know it. The max of salary from EM. So now what? This query will get the value this 5,000, or if any other value is there, the max that value it will be picking, and it is going to equate to this value in the condition, and this query gets executed with this value. Now if I run the same query, see now I got the person who is having max salary. Okay. So here this query is classified into two categories. One is outer query and another one is inner query. The query which is written inside the braces is called as inner query, and the query which is driving the inner query is called as outer query. Okay, so how the subquery executes? So always inner query executes first, and okay, and passes the value to the outer query. and outer query gets executed. Got it?
Yeah, got it.
So, so, so what is a subquery? Subquery is nothing but you are going to write a query within another query, and how that subqueries are subqueries get categorized: outer query and the inner query. The query
Yeah.
written in the braces is treated as inner query. Okay. So now we will know the ways of subqueries. That means in how many ways you can write the subquery. Okay? In how many ways you can write the subquery. So we can write a subquery. Just now we seen in where class you can write the subquery. Okay. And next one, in from class you can write the subquery. In select class also you can write the subquery. And even in having class also you can write the subquery. You know about the classes we already discussed. So where class just now we have seen. So in conditioning we write simply a subquery. Okay. So one by one we will see. So one more example I want to get. So simply I am writing the select star from EM. Okay. So now so this is the table which is having what? Department numbers 10, 20 and 30. And one more table I am taking. DEPT table, which is nothing but department table, which is having 10, 20, 30 and 40. Okay, when I run this query, I am getting all the records what are there in this department table. But now I want, okay, I want the department table records which are there. That means the departments which are there in employee table, that departments only I want. So how to write that? So simply where department number in. So here you are checking the other table with what? Subquery. So you are writing another inner query saying that select department number from EMP. So now see, now, so if you simply run department table, that means department query, you are getting all the records 10, 20, 30, 40. But we know that 40 is not there in employee table. But now my question is that I want to get only the departments, okay, only the department numbers there in EMP table. Okay, so only department numbers there in EMP table I want. So now I wrote a subquery. So now see, now if you run this, see, so I am getting only the data which is there in, that means which the employees are there in the department number. So that departments only you are getting in this query. So this is possible easily by using subquery. Is it
Okay. Yeah.
clear now? Next coming
Yeah.
to from. So I also said we can also write subquery in what? From class. So I will show one more example for this from class. So now, so I want to write a query to find out how many people are working under each department. So how you write? You know that the query. So count of star. Okay, simply I am keeping CNT, or you can also write EMP count, employee count from. So what is our table? EMP. So group by, you know that we can write I want department number wise count. So now I am getting the report. Is it? So in 10th department, I am having three employees. In 20 department, 5 and 36. So simple group by query we have written. So now I want to use this data. Okay. I want to use this data and filter the department number. So how I can write? So simply see. So instead of using directly table name, I can write a subquery saying that this is my table. So how we got this table? By using this query. So simply in from class, we are going to keep our subquery. So here see, now in from class, I am writing the what subquery. So now if I run this thing and see, so I am getting the same data because what? Simply I am getting all the data. Now I can filter. So I can filter here simply now I have the column names employee CNT. So now I want employee count greater than 4. So now see the records get filtered. Got it? That means the query data you are using like a table and you are using the columns which are defined. This column is not there in the table actually, employee table. You define this column only in this query, is it?
Yes.
So this is called using subquery in from class. Clear?
Yeah.
Yes. Next one. Next example is using subquery in select class. How we write this? Simply see here. Select. You know max of salary, is it? Simply you can write what? Select max of salary from. So my manager asked, please get a additional column, keeping that okay, max salary, okay, uh, max salary. So he want what? Max salary. Okay, so he want max salary data in the next column. So generally, what is this function? This is a group function. That means for all the records, you will get only one value. But he want additional column in the normal table. So he had these two columns in this EMP table. He want to show the max salary column also. So directly you cannot use max salary here. Why? Because max salary is a group function. So that's why in order to get that requirement, so what you are going to write? You are going to keep entire this query in this, and you just keep alias name. You can also keep with space or as also, no issues. So how you keep for column aliases, the same way you are keep. See now, the normal salaries of the people and the max salary is also shown.
Yeah.
Same way, if you want minimum salary to show, how you can write? So you think that I can write like this way? Will it help? We'll see. It will not help. Why? Because only one column we can get at a time. But anyhow, we will run and see. So it is saying that too many values. So that's why. So you need to write one more subquery with other column. So this kind of requirement made us easy. See, this requirement is very easy by using subquery, is it? So now I got minimum salary and the maximum salary. Got it? So I will keep minimum salary first and then the maximum salary. So clear now? So here you are using subquery in what? select class. Okay. So this is how we use subquery in select class. So our intention is that subquery is nothing but you are writing a query within another query. That means you are writing an inner query within an outer query. Now coming to having class. So you can also write subquery in what? Having class also. So how you can write? I will say you one more example. Yeah, I will take the same example, department number, count of star, simply employee count from EMP. So what you will do? Group by department number. So generally we know that. So in order to filter group by class, we use having class. When I am saying classes, I said you. So having class. So now I am filtering group by class. So using having class. So having department number. So I want to filter department number. So generally we can also filter department number in where class. Okay, here also you can also filter in having class also. Simply what you can do, you can write department number equal to 10. Is it? So now you will get the requirement of only the 10th department you are going to filter from actual counts. So you have 10, 3. So you are able to filter easily. But using a subquery, okay, I want to get, before going to write that query, I will show you one requirement. So here, so I see commission. Is it? Generally, if you see here, okay, you see all the commissions with the null. Is it? Null is it. So when you okay, so now what I will do is I want to filter the data. So I can also write in operator, equal operator or in. So in operator, where when you will write, you will get multiple values. Then you need to write so department number from EMP. So now I want to get the department number where commission is not null. Only that records I want to filter. Okay. So where department, where commission is not null. So only that departments only I want the count. So my requirement is different. See here, if you run this query outside, so the department numbers which are having no nulls is only 30th department is not having nulls. Is it? That means only that 4 not null records are there. That means 30th department is also having nulls. But here we see values only in 30th department with not null. Is it? So that's why. So I want that kind of requirement. So I want only department number where commission is not null. Only that count only I want the employees. So then what I can do? Simply in having class I am using department number. Here also I am using department number. But here my requirement is different. Where commission is not null. So what happened? First this query executes. This will give where the commission is not null. Here only 30 only there. Sometimes the other record may also come. But here my requirement is it is depending on commission value, and this query will give you 30, and at finally our output is that department wise count. So how many people are working under 30? 6. Clear? This is one example I am giving where we use subquery in having class. Clear?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So here what we know? We know subquery in 4 different ways. One is we can write subquery in where class, we can write subquery in from class, and we can write subquery in select class and also having class. Now coming to, yeah, one more example I want to say you. Before that, so one more topic I will also say in this, that is pseudo columns. Okay, so we can also call these as pseudo columns. We can also call it as default columns. Okay, or predefined columns. Okay, three names we can call: pseudo columns, default column, or predefined columns. So first I will list out all these pseudo columns. So we know sysdate. It is a function actually, but it is also treated like a column. We can use sysdate directly as a column. Okay, and row num. Row num is one more pseudo column, and row ID, user UID. So I will show you all this with dual. So simply see, select sysdate. So from dual, it will give what? Simply date. Is it? Select sysdate from dual. Simply gives the today's date. But if you go and want it like a column, so for example, simply employee name, hire date, and I want sysdate also show here. Simply I can treat like a column from what you can write employee table. So now sysdate is also showing like a column in the table. That's why these are called as pseudo column. You can also give the alias name. So like today's date. Because column alias is something different again. So you can write on the pseudo column a column alias you have written, and it is simply treating like a column. Similarly, I will also show you the other pseudo columns in the same query. So I want to show you row ID. First row now. Okay, row ID also I will show you. And similarly, one more thing, user I will show you. And UID. User is nothing but for which user you have connected and what is the ID of this user. So simply on one query I am showing you. See. So generally, how many records are there? 14 records. So your row num is calculated like C. It is just giving a random order. So how many records? 14. So that's why your row num is giving, it is generating one after the other. Is it? So now you are able to generate row num for 14 records. So this is a random number. This is not the permanent number. This is simply a random number. Okay, and row ID is always permanent. So that means while you insert this record, this row ID gets populated. This is unique entire in database. Got it? These all things you need to know. Row num is what? It is a okay. It is like temporary or a random number. Okay, generated when you query. Okay, but row ID is what? It is a permanent ID assigned to the record. So it is unique in database. Okay, it is a permanent okay or unique ID in database. Okay, generated for each record. It will not change. Got it? It's a permanent or a unique ID, okay, in database generated for each record. So when you insert a new record, this ID gets generated. This will not change.
Okay.
Okay, got
Yeah,
it
yeah.
clear? And user is nothing but from which user you are seeing. So that user it is going to give. And what is the
Okay.
ID in this database is for Scott, 106 is the UID. So while creating a user, this ID gets generated. So that's why this is also unique, but this is with respect to user. So 106 is nothing but Scott. The ID of user Scott is 106. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Hmm. Okay. So you know now you will understand again in brief. So we will see. Now I want row num from department table. So again I am changing the table. So now I want a department name, department number from DEPT table. See here again row num is starting from 1 to 4. How many records are there? So that many records randomly it is generated. So I said no, it is a permanent, it is a temporary number, randomly generated while you query. Okay. Same way, see, if you want to take only few columns of employee table, so row num, employee name, and the department, here the table is EMP. So now again row num is getting generated with this query. So it is random again. 14 records, 14. Got it? But same query, if I write with row ID, what happens you see? Row ID. Now you see. Okay. So here you see this ID. I'm just copying the first record here. And now again, I employee table I am firing. Any record you see. Now if I copy here, see, these two values are different. So till here it is same as well, but here the value differs, is it? That's why I said no, row ID is always unique. Okay, so for what purpose we use row ID, I will say you in advanced SQL. Okay. Now one example in subqueries about row num I will show you. Why I said pseudo columns is, see here, now I want top 5 records of employee table. Okay, top 5 records of employee table based on the salary. You know rank function, you can do it. That is one more scenario. But now here I want to get top salary, top 5 salaries. Simply you order by sal, descending means what? You will get the descending order of the salaries, is it? That means people who are having max salary will be the top and it will be in descending order. So I want only these 5 records. Okay.
Okay.
I want to write a query to get only these 5 records. How you can write? So you know the concept of row num. So simply now if I write row num here, so instead of taking all the columns, for our purpose, I am taking employee name and simply the salary because we are just grading on the salary. So now if I run the query, see what happens. See, row num is generating, it is not generating as per our order by.
Yes.
You know that order by always comes after select. Is it? Order by always comes after what?
In the
Select.
sequential execution, yes.
Yeah, execution. Why? Because in order by class we also use numbers also. Why? Because the column order will. So that's why here see, although you are ordering in descending order, you are getting the generated row num which is already generated in this query. Because select clause executes first, then after only order by. Order by is always last. So that's why row num already generated randomly. So after that only it is ordering. That's why here you are not getting the top values. But in normal query, you are able to see. Why? Because you have not used any row num. So simply you are seeing the same order. Here also you got the records in the same order. But our row num is not generated as our requirement. Because we assume that it will get like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is it? But it not get it by using row num. Okay. So this shows you that row num generates as the query gets executed. Okay. Okay. Uh, Apart from this, yeah. Okay. Without order by class, I will show you about row num. Simply, I will take row num, employee name from EMP. So now you see it is getting generated. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now I want to get only top 5 records. Okay, sample records. Simply how you can filter? Where row num less than row num less than 5. Okay, top 5 you want, less than or equal to 5. So now if you see, you are able to get the records. Is it? So simply by using row num also you can filter the records. I want top 5 records. You can get it. But I want the next 5 records. That means I want the records after 5. 6, 7, 8, 9. These records I want. How you can write?
Greater than 5, less than.
Okay, simply greater than 5 you can write. So if you run and see what happens, you'll see. We did not get records. Here, so what issue we got? No rows. So this example shows you that row num should generate, then only it can filter. Because here row num generates from 1. Okay, so here without generating only we are filtering the data greater than 5.
Okay.
Is it? So that's why this is not possible. But how it is possible? By using subquery. Simply what you will write? The first query you will write. Select row num. So if you want all the records, you can all write the all records. Or as of now, I'm simply writing ename from EMP. You got the data. Now data you got from 1 to 40. So now you want to filter the data. So simply select star from, you write this query in a subquery. Now it is easy to filter. Where for this row num, simply you can take alias name, simply RN I will take. And here simply RN, now you can write as this greater than 5. That means your data is already generated and you are filtering now. So now in this case, you can get from 6 to the next record. Clear? So that means row num generate while the query executes. But in this case, if you directly filter the data, Greater than 5, you are getting no rows. So that's why you are writing a subquery. First, you are generating the row nums for all the records, and then you are filtering based on that column name in the outer query. So here you can write subquery to achieve this requirement. Clear, Prashant? Any
Yes.
doubt?
Okay.
Got it? Now coming to the next topic in subqueries. So correlated subqueries. Correlated subqueries. So generally in normal subqueries, what we see? Normal subqueries, what we see? Inner query executes first and passes value to the outer query. Is it? Inner query first executed and passes the value to the outer query, and you are getting the output. Is it? But what the correlated subquery will do is here, in correlated subqueries. So this is what? This is the normal subquery. So normal subquery. How it works? Normal subquery how works? Inner query executes first, passes the value to the outer query, and outer query executes. That is the normal query, how it gets executed. But coming to correlated subquery, outer query passes value to the inner query. Okay, and inner query again in turn passes value to the outer query to get the output. That is called correlation. That means how the inner query executes by taking the value of the outer query, inner query executes, and again inner query executes and passes value to the outer query. Okay, we can write this in this manner also. So if you write like this also, this also the same. That means so first outer query passes value to the inner query, and inner query again passes the value to the outer query to get the output. So this is called correlation. So this is how the correlated subquery works. I will show you the example, then you will get a clear picture about correlated subquery. Okay. So now we will go with an example, then you will understand clearly. Okay, so I'm just taking our simple tables. That is select employee table you take. Okay, and I am also taking the department table. Okay, so first I will write select star from department. So simply I am treating the alias name as A table, where department number in earlier I wrote you, I shown you in simple subquery. So I want to get only the departments there in employee table. So this is what, this is a normal query only. So here for employee table, I am giving the alias name as P. But here I am not writing any condition, any correlation. Simply I got what? All the records which are there, the department numbers which are there in, okay, there in employee table, that records only I got. But now I will add a condition, which is nothing but correlation. So then our subquery will treat like a subquery, correlated subquery. So here see, where A dot department number equal to B dot department number. Here, simply a join condition I applied in the subquery. So this is what? This is a dot department number. So I am filtering a dot department number. That means what? I am passing this a dot department number inside the subquery C. Got it? So that means outer query first checks the value into the inner query. And if the record is there, it say, okay, true, write the value. So that means the department number you will get here and your outer query executes. So this is called correlation. So this is called a correlated subquery. But it's a simple subquery, simple correlated subquery, but this is called correlated subquery. Clear?
Yeah, yeah.
See, I already said you exists is a special operator. When I am saying subqueries, I said you I will say about exist. So now this exists we are going to use in correlated subqueries. So what exists operator does is it returns true when records found. Otherwise, okay, it returns false. Okay, I will show you a query, then you will understand. The same query, okay, instead of writing in operator, I will write a exist thing. See, requirement is same, but performance point of view, instead of in, I can use exist. So now see, if this condition is true, then it will returns true. And what the value you got, that record you will get here. So see, now if I run the same query, what happened? Select star from DPT where a dot depart. Okay. So here even will not write the column name also. Simply where exists. So now see. So here simply it is checking whether this condition is true or not, because you are already passing that department number here, our department table department. Okay, so exists, I said no, it returns true when records found, otherwise false. So see, if you run this query, generally in department table we have 4 records. So 10. So 10 record is there in the employee table. It returns true. So you got this record. 20 record there in employee table. You got this record. 30 record there in employee table. It returns true. But coming to 40, this exists returns false. So that's why this record you will not see in the output. See, if you run and see, the same thing happened. Got it? So performance point of view, instead of writing this normal query with in operator, you are replacing the entire query with exists. So that's why I said no, exists we use in subqueries. Clear, no? The difference? Both are gives the same result only. But here we have direct operator exists, which made our work easy. Okay. Clear, no?